Cases of electrocution in the country have never been headline grabbers, but numbers from Kenya Power show that 345 people have lost their lives in electrocution-related accidents. The company says most of these accidents are as a result of illegal connections, which are rampant in informal settlements. These illegal connections cost the company a whopping 9.6 billion shillings every year. The power distributor has been on a charm offensive to cut back on these costs, calling on Kenyans to apply for power and highlighting that illegal connections put lives at risk. Here now is Ktn Special Report, Electrocuted, by Ktn's Fred Kagonye.
Electricity. We all need it. We all use it. It powers our lives. But electricity can also be fatal. According to John Guda, Kenya Power's manager for safety, health and environment, Kenya has lost 345 people to electrocution in the last 3 years. This year alone, in the 3 months to March, 59 people had already been killed. Wondering how people are connected to illegal power? Here's how it happens. Power cartels in the informal settlements tap power from the main supplies into circuit breakers to reduce its intensity. The power is then distributed to houses in the surrounding areas where every house is connected at a fee and the household parts with an amount ranging from 400 shillings and above every month. In Nairobi's Mukuru Kwanjenga slums, we meet families who have suffered deep loss as a result of this carelessness. Joseph Ngige is among them. His wife died after being electrocuted, and the tragedy saw him turn to alcohol to find some semblance of peace.
I changed to be a total drunkard person. I don't need rehabilitation. I can rehabilitate myself.
On the fateful day, the mechanic and trained electrician says he left home for work and that his wife was going about her daily chores when the accident happened.
So alipoanika nguo iliende kaguza ule upenyo wa umeme.
So deep is Ngige's pain that he cannot stand to have electricity in his house.
It reflects my wife, so I don't even need the electricity. I got one eye. I don't even need electricity. Ask so many people around here.
To date, the father of 4 lacks the courage to face his children as often as he would want to. They remind him of his late wife. 2 of the children are in a rescue center as he could not take good care of them. He does not know where the other 2 live.
I saw them last year. Ni kwa mapenzi yangu mimi kupenda nisiwaone. Sijui kama unanielewa. Ukienda kuwaona, you call them the mom. Mtoto wangu mdogo aliniuliza, "Dadi, mbona naona baba kwa kioo? Mbona baba asikuije nimnyoje?"
Not far from Ngige's house, we meet Pius Mitunda. Mitunda was on his way to church when he says the devil struck. On that Sunday, as he sought to navigate his way through the muddy paths that make up the Mukuru slums, he supported himself with a post that he didn't know had a loosely connected electric cable. The last thing he remembers is a huge ray of light.
Wanachomoka naenda mashughuli kubangaisha kidogo. Harakati ya kupita hivi, alikuwa naruka kwa ukuta hivi, ndo ghafla tu nikasikia kama stima imenishika.
Mitunda spent 3 weeks in hospital, which affected his earnings and savings since he was a casual laborer.
Ilikuwa kwa juu sana. Mimi mwenyewe ndo nilikuwa najishughulikia. Kwa natumia shilingi 1000 kwa siku.
For him, the clock of life, as it always does, continued to tick. But with an injured arm and a family to take care of, he could barely make ends now even further apart meet.
Haiku mkono wangu sasa vile ulivyo, sasa kazi nao siwezi. Hakuna kitu nitaweza kusika na.
He now depends on a thin list of friends for food and to pay his rent, while his parents take care of his wife and child.
Sasa vile maisha yamekuwa magumu, nikawasafirisha nyumbani kwanza ndo angalau nione vile kutakuwa.
The shacks that make up the Mukuru slums hold many secrets between them. It is the lack of privacy that caused Martin Muli and his wife Winfred Mumbua live for a neighborhood not too far off from Mukuru. For the two, justice for their late son is what they yearn for most. Education was the best gift these parents believed they could give their 7-year-old son Bernard Mutisia, so they took him to a school in the slums that offers what they believe to be quality education. But on September 19, 2019, all their dreams came crashing down. What they thought would lead to a bright future for their son turned into a nightmare. He was dead. The cause of death was electrocution, but the events leading up to his death aren't known to the family.
Ile harakati ya kujitayarisha nipelekee mtoto kitu saa 2:30 hivi. Ndio watoto walikuja kwa nyumba. Wakaniambia naitwa shule. Mtoto wangu amepigwa shoko na stima.
Mumbua's anger with the school's administration is that no one gave her a clear explanation of what happened to Bernard. She says she was informed of the accident by his classmates.
Akakuja akaniambia mtoto wangu amepigwa shoko na stima, mkono ako sawa. Amepelekwa hospitali, nikimbie Mama Lucy. Sasa mimi hata hawakunionyesha hiyo stima hiyo waya iko wapi. Vile tuliingia, ndio daktari aliniambia nini, mtoto wangu akiletwa hiyo si alikuwa ameaga.
The thought of her son's lifeless body was so traumatic that she turned down the offer to see him one last time as he lay in the morgue.
Sikumuona. Sikumuona, daktari aliniuliza kama nataka kumuona, nikamwambia hapana. Nilikataa tu, niliona naweza muona nipendi kwa hospitali, nikasema hapana.
Her husband, however, in an emotional walk of faith, gathered the courage to see his son, an experience that he says left a dark hole in his heart, a day and a moment he will never forget.
Alikuwa analala kwa vidole, hapo kwa vidole.
Kono zote mbili.
Moja.
When Mumbua came back from the police station, the wire that allegedly took the life out of her son had been moved. She was told that it had come from a neighboring house and that she should follow it up with the owner. For Muli, the wire was too high up and there was no way Bernard could have reached it.
Nilielezewa na watoto hata si walimu. Juu hata walimu hawakuuliza watoto ni wangapi wameshika hiyo waya, hawakuuliza. Niliambiwa mtoto wa kwanza alingonga na chuma. Hiyo uzi, akarushwa, kaenda kuanguka. Akaumia kichwa. Wa pili akashika na mkono moja, akarushwa, akaumia mangoti. Watatu alikuwa wangu, ndiye alienda kushika na mikono yote, akaani hapo.
Uliambiwa nikanga hapo?
Si adiani hapo kukaa. Watoto wakaona nikaa atoki. Mmoja akamfuruta, ndio akaanguka chini.
Ilionyeshwa hiyo haiwezekani sababu kuna kavenza hapo ya miti na mabati. Na hiyo waya mahali nilipata hata mimi mwenyewe nikisimama siwezi kuguza. So kama mtoto wa 6 years amenguza waya ikiwa hapo na mimi siwezi kuguza. Na mimi na 30 years.
The family was not satisfied with the explanation given by the school, with Muli saying it did not make sense at all.
Juu hawakunielezea ukweli. Ukweli nilikuwa naelezewa na watoto. Juu walimu walikuwa wananiambia mtoto wako ndiye alikimbia kutoka Varedi peke yake akawacha wale wengine. Hao wengine waliumia wapi kama hawakukua.
Lakini inakuanga na flow. Tulitoka watu kaenda hapa tukafika pale ikakuwa hivi.
Lakini yako ilikuwa iko upside down.
Kabisa.
Since then, they have followed up the matter with Muli saying that even after reporting the incident close to 2 years ago, investigations into their son's death barely moved. An NGO helped get things moving and helped them secure an audience with the school sponsors. The family, together with another family whose son was injured in the same accident, have had deliberations with the sponsors who hope to reach an amicable resolution. This had not been concluded at the time of the interview.
Kulingana mimi ningeomba pata ya mtoto. But hata hawa watu wa shule hiyo haki zoni kupatikana. Lakini ningeomba sana nipate ya mtoto wangu.
Alex Oudo taught at the school at the time. He says time differences could be the key in understanding and uncovering the moments leading to the death of Bernard. Oftentimes, as teachers get ready for classes, the children are left alone.
Kids are somehow left alone.
He disputes the fact that there was an assembly meeting, saying since he came to the school, such gatherings had been banned.
Those assemblies, in fact, they are illegal. So you're not supposed to have assemblies.
The issue of the hanging wire that would take the life of Bernard was raised several times, but he says the school did not act.
That wire is hanged there for a good time. And we raised that issue, and we were told that things have to go in a given manner, in such a way that the owner of the wire has to be called and then to come and take an action of removing that wire there and make the right connection or complete that connection. But it took long.
Oudo says the matter was brushed off by the administration, and life, as it always does, moved on. Kenya Power reported that it had 7.6 million customers countrywide as of June 2020. Nairobi has 2.5 million customers who pay for electricity, and even though there are no official figures on the number of illegal connections in the country, Kenya Power says it loses approximately 9.6 billion shillings annually from these illegal connections.
You can talk of about 800 million times 12. That can give you an average of an estimate of what you lose every year.
Some of the landlords in these areas lack proper documentation, meaning they cannot apply for power legally, while others choose to go the illegal way to evade getting to the record books of Kenya Revenue Authority. The company says it has since fired and prosecuted a number of employees who have been colluding with power cartels to defraud the power distributor.
We do have a few elements within KPLC who are assisting cartels, and we are nabbing them every other day. I think we've reached about 250 or thereabout in number. And not only are we sacking them, we're also having them sued for those criminalities.
For Ngigi, Mitunda, Moli and Mumbua, the pain left behind by the electrocutions are scars that they cannot wish away. All they can do is to daily devise new ways of living with them. Fred Kagonye, Ktn News, Nairobi.